In a world where it feels like words don't matter much anymore, where there's so much noise and not enough depth, some big questions pop up. Can we show our value without saying a word? Can we understand people's intentions without them speaking? According to old Stoic wisdom, the answer is a solid yes. Stoics, those ancient philosophy folks, believed that courage wasn't just about talking big, but doing big. They thought you could show what you're made of without fancy words. So let's take a journey together. We'll learn how to see our own worth and become a role model, all without making a peep. But hey, before we dive in, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. That way, I can keep making stuff like this. All right, let's get real about understanding our worth through the lens of Stoicism. First off, let's talk dignity. Forget the image of some serious-faced ancient guy. Stoicism isn't about hiding feelings or being icy. It's about knowing where to put your energy. So, how do you carry yourself with dignity today? It's not about fancy clothes or trendy spots. It's about being true to yourself in what you do and how you choose. Imagine this. You're at a cafe watching two people on a date. One's all flashy, trying to impress. The other? They're just chill, being themselves. Who do you think leaves a mark? Yup, the genuine one. That's the power of dignity. Stoics wanted to live with integrity, to respect themselves, and in today's world, that means owning your passions, not pretending to be someone else. Oh, and treat yourself right. How you treat yourself sets the standard for how others treat you. If you value yourself, others will too. It's not just about what you say or think. It's about how you act, especially in tough spots. Are you holding your ground or crumbling? We're all human, we mess up, but it's how we handle it that counts. So, how can we bring more dignity into our lives? Setting boundaries is key, letting folks know what's cool and what's not. Saying no to stuff that doesn't vibe with our values is important too. And let's not forget kindness, seeing the humanity in others, being empathetic. That's what builds real connections. When you know your worth, you radiate confidence. And guess what? People pick up on that. They treat you better, and you treat them better too. It's a cycle of respect and appreciation. Okay, let's talk about self-worth. I know, it sounds like another cheesy pep talk. But hang on, this is different. Stoics teach us to focus on what we can control, and guess what? Your self-esteem is all you. It's not about online likes or friend requests, it's about knowing your value, plain and simple. So, next time you're feeling down, remember you're in control of how you see yourself. And that's worth a whole lot more than any social media love. Think of yourself as a precious gemstone. Not everyone sees the value in rare gems. Some might not even notice them. But that doesn't make the gems any less valuable. They're still precious, rare, and one of a kind. That's you too. Genuine, unique, and valuable. Your worth doesn't go down just because someone doesn't see it. Let's get real. We all face rejection sometimes. We all feel like we're not good enough, especially when it seems like everyone else is doing great. But here's the thing. Your worth isn't tied to what others think. It's about how you live your life. Are you kind? Are you honest? Are you proud of how you act? That's what really matters. Stoics, those old philosophy folks, were big on looking inside themselves. So take a moment. Think about what makes you special. Not just surface stuff, but deep down. Are you strong? Are you caring? Are you a good listener? Those things make you valuable. And here's a trick from the Stoics. When you feel down, don't beat yourself up. Instead, remember what makes you awesome. It's not about being cocky, it's about knowing your own worth. Marcus Aurelius, one of those Stoic guys, said you control your mind, not what happens around you. When it comes to relationships, knowing your worth is super important. It's not just about what others think of you. It's about how you see yourself. Every day, when you wake up, remind yourself that you're awesome. You don't need anyone else's approval. You're worthy of love and respect just because you're you. This journey to understanding yourself is all about realizing your true worth. It's a process, but every step gets you closer to knowing how amazing you are. Setting boundaries is key too. It's one thing to say you won't put up with something, but it's another to show it with your actions. If someone crosses a line, how you react shows your true boundaries. Are you standing up for yourself or letting things slide? It's not always easy, especially when emotions are involved. But remember, you control how you react. If someone disrespects your boundaries, you can step away or calmly address the issue. That shows you respect yourself and expect others to respect you too. And that can change the game in your relationships. When people see you standing firm on your boundaries and sticking to your values, they start to get it. It's all about respecting yourself and making sure others do too. And guess what? It's not just about the big stuff. Even the little everyday things count. Mindfulness is more than just being in the moment. It's about really paying attention to what's going on inside you. It's about asking yourself if your actions match up with what you believe in. Are you staying true to yourself, even when it's hard? Being mindful helps us see when we're comfortable and when we're not. It lets us protect ourselves when we need to. It's in those small, everyday moments that we really see what we're made of. So, let's take a Stoic approach to setting boundaries. It's not about being rigid or strict. It's about knowing what's important and sticking to it. It's about being true to yourself, no matter what. When we live like this, people notice. They see us as people who know what we want and won't settle for less. It's like we're sending out a message that says, "This is me, take it or leave it." And you know what? That's pretty powerful. Now, let's talk about limiting access. I know it sounds a bit old-fashioned, but trust me, it's important. It's not about playing games or being hard to get. It's about knowing your own worth and not giving it away too easily. Stoicism teaches us about self-discipline and control. It's about knowing what's valuable and not giving it away for free. In a world where everything is instant, taking things slow can be a breath of fresh air. When it comes to relationships, it's okay to take your time. You don't have to share everything all at once. Leave a little mystery, a little anticipation. It's about finding that balance between being available and valuing your own time. And don't forget about emotional control. It's not about shutting down your feelings. It's about not letting just anyone affect you deeply. It's about keeping your inner calm, even when things get tough. So remember, limiting access isn't about playing games or hurting others. It's about respecting yourself and your own worth. Limiting access isn't about playing games or manipulating situations to our advantage. Instead, it's an act of deep self-respect and staying true to our core values. It's about showing through actions, not just words, that we value ourselves and expect others to do the same. This process involves being a bit more selective in our interactions, a bit more careful in our decisions, and a bit more balanced in how we express ourselves. It's about finding a delicate balance between being open and protecting our emotional well-being. By adopting this approach, we're following in the footsteps of the Stoics. In today's dating world, it means living by our deepest principles and setting clear boundaries that reflect our dignity and self-esteem. Trust me, it makes a huge difference in how others perceive and treat us. Focusing on actions, not words, is a key part of Stoicism. It's about judging people based on what they do, not just what they say. In a world full of charming words and empty promises, actions reveal the truth. We've all been in situations where someone says all the right things, but their actions don't match up. That's where our inner Stoic needs to step in. Stoicism teaches us not to be swayed by words or emotions, but to be rational and observant. When we focus on actions, we set a standard. We send a clear message that we're paying attention to what really matters. People around us realize they can't just talk their way into our lives. They have to show they're worth it through consistent actions. This shift in perspective empowers us to build more authentic relationships based on trust and respect. It allows us to make more informed decisions about who we let into our lives and who we walk away from. In Stoicism, there's a concept called detachment. It's not about being cold, it's about understanding what we can control and making decisions based on that. One of the most powerful decisions we can make is whether to stay or leave a situation that isn't right for us. We've all been in relationships where deep down we know it's not what we deserve, but we stay anyway. Maybe it's fear or hope that things will change. But Stoicism teaches us to have the courage to walk away from what doesn't serve us, to priorities our own well-being above all else. Being prepared to walk away is a powerful act of self-respect and self-compassion. It means having the clarity and inner strength to recognize when a situation or relationship isn't right for us. But it's important to understand that this doesn't have to be a dramatic process. It's about calmly realizing that we deserve better. Sure, facing the unknown can be scary. Uncertainty can make us feel uneasy. But this is where the wisdom of the Stoics comes in. They teach us to face challenges with courage and accept that life is always changing. Having the courage to let go of what no longer serves us creates space for new opportunities and growth. By walking away from what doesn't nourish us, we're saying yes to ourselves and to the possibilities that await us. It's not about clinging to comfort or familiarity out of fear. It's about honoring our emotional well-being and happiness. And by doing so, we're taking a step towards a brighter future. Being prepared to walk away doesn't mean being cold or distant towards others. It's about showing ourselves love and respect. It's about recognizing and upholding our boundaries and needs. Saying, "I deserve better," isn't a judgment of others. It's a reaffirmation of our own worth. In this process, we also learn to discern what truly matters to us in relationships. We identify harmful patterns and make decisions that align with our long-term well-being. Being prepared to walk away is an act of self-love and commitment to living authentically. In Stoicism, there's a strong emphasis on personal integrity and the courage to stand up for our principles. This applies to our ability to say no in relationships. It's about knowing our values and not compromising them, even when it's hard. Imagine you're in a relationship and your partner suggests something that doesn't sit right with you. It could be moving too fast or compromising your values. Saying no might be tough, especially when you care about the person. But it's essential to respect yourself and your values. Saying no isn't just about self-respect. It's about showing that you value yourself enough not to settle for less. It might push some people away, but if saying no to something that goes against your values drives them away, maybe they weren't right for you. This approach can shift the dynamics of a relationship. It shows that you respect yourself and your values. It's an act of authenticity and self-assertion, reminding us to stand firm in our convictions and act in accordance with our principles, just like the Stoics taught us. When we say no, we're honoring what we truly need and want, not just going along with what others expect. It's a way of taking care of ourselves and being true to who we are. By setting clear boundaries and being honest about our needs, we create healthier relationships where everyone feels valued and respected, So it's important to remember that saying no is perfectly okay. It's a way of showing ourselves love and taking a step towards authentic and fulfilling relationships. When we embrace our ability to say no when necessary, we empower ourselves and live with honesty in all our interactions. Saying no can feel like a liberation, a way of asserting your own dignity and independence. It's about refusing to compromise your values or integrity just to please others or fit in. By exercising this power of no, you're shaping your relationships and protecting your sense of self. When you say no respectfully and confidently, you're setting clear boundaries and promoting honest communication. This builds trust and respect, creating a strong foundation for healthy relationships. Saying no isn't just about boosting your own self-esteem, it's about fostering understanding and respect between both parties. Now let's talk about healthy skepticism. Stoicism teaches us to see things as they really are, not just as we want them to be. This mindset is valuable in love and relationships too. We've all encountered people who say all the right things, but do their actions match their words? Having a healthy dose of skepticism isn't about being negative or distrustful. It's about being cautious and mindful. It's like having a reality check, reminding us not to get swept away by romance too quickly. Instead, we take our time to observe, listen, and evaluate. Skepticism helps us balance our emotions with logic so we can make decisions that are grounded in reality. It protects us from potential disappointments or harm by giving us space to understand the other person and their intentions more deeply. By maintaining a bit of skepticism, we ensure that we're making choices that align with our needs and values. We don't rush into situations blindly, we take the time to assess and understand. This way, we protect our hearts and build relationships based on authenticity and compatibility. It's not just about building walls around our heart, it's about being cautious and thoughtful when opening up to new connections. By being a bit skeptical, we can stay alert to our feelings while exploring new relationships with a clear mind and protected heart. Accepting imperfections is a big part of living the Stoic way. It's about embracing the ups and downs of life, accepting ourselves and others just as we are. Instead of chasing perfection, we value authenticity and find beauty in vulnerability and sincerity. When we accept imperfections with kindness and understanding, we create space for mutual growth and genuine connections. It's about building solid relationships based on acceptance, support, and understanding. Instead of trying to control everything, we learn to adapt and flow with life's changes. By practicing acceptance, we recognize that we're all human, with our own struggles and limitations. We show compassion for ourselves and others, understanding that we're all doing our best with what we have. By embracing reality and accepting things as they are, we find peace and fulfillment in our relationships. Love can flourish in an environment of mutual acceptance and respect. In summary, Stoicism teaches us to embrace reality and find beauty in every experience, including love. By practicing acceptance, understanding, and compassion, we cultivate deep and meaningful relationships rooted in genuine connection and mutual support. Now, let's talk about the idea of not chasing. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we can't. When it comes to relationships, chasing after someone who is pulling away only leads to frustration and emptiness. Instead of chasing after someone who is not fully committed, we need to have the courage to let go and make room for something better. It's like clearing out the clutter to make space for clarity and freshness in our lives. It's not easy to let go, but it's essential for our self-respect and peace of mind. When we stop chasing after others, we can focus on ourselves and our own growth. We attract people who appreciate us for who we are, and we send a signal that says, "I value myself." Being stoic in our approach to relationships means respecting ourselves and focusing on what we can control. It's about finding inner peace instead of seeking validation from others. We have the power to choose how we react to the world around us, and that's where our strength lies. Remember, we are like builders of our own respect and protectors of our self-esteem. Let's embrace this power. Our actions, choices, and boundaries show the world how amazing we are. These are ways to show our value and see the worth in others. Courage isn't just words, it's what we do. By choosing not to chase after others, we break free from seeking validation from them. We realize our worth comes from within, not from others' opinions or actions. This takes bravery and knowing our own value, no matter how others treat us. By not chasing, we practice detachment, a skill that lets us accept reality as it is. It helps us go with the flow of life's ups and downs. By letting go of trying to control everything, we find inner peace and freedom. We respect ourselves and others by stepping back from situations that don't make us feel valued or happy. This creates space for healthier relationships where both people can be themselves. Instead of suffocating our partner with expectations, we give them space to be authentic. This strengthens our bond and makes our relationship more balanced and harmonious. By not chasing, we honor everyone's journey and respect their pace of growth. Unconditional love is a big deal in Stoic philosophy. It's about valuing people for who they are, flaws and all, without expecting anything in return. We show this love by being there for others, listening to them, and supporting them no matter what. It's about building strong relationships based on mutual respect and trust. Unconditional support isn't just for tough times. It's also about celebrating others' successes. It's about sharing in their joy and strengthening our bonds even more. Forgiveness is also a big part of unconditional love. It's about letting go of hurt and resentment, recognizing that we're all human and make mistakes. In a nutshell, unconditional love means accepting ourselves and others, flaws and all, and being there for each other through thick and thin. It's about building deep connections based on respect, trust, and compassion. We all mess up and face tough times in life. Forgiveness doesn't mean what someone did was okay, but it's about letting go of the bad feelings and moving forward with kindness. By forgiving and loving without conditions, we not only make our relationship stronger, but we also become better people. Choosing to forgive and love freely helps us let go of grudges and anger, making room for growth. Unconditional love means accepting others just as they are, with all their faults. It's about being kind and understanding, even when someone hurts us. Forgiveness helps us leave the past behind and find peace within ourselves. It's like closing a painful chapter and starting a new one filled with love and connection. In short, forgiving and loving unconditionally helps us build better relationships based on respect and growth. It lets us connect with others and ourselves on a deeper level, making our lives richer and more fulfilling. Now, let's talk about not making someone else the center of our world. In today's world, it's easy to get caught up in someone else's life, forgetting about our own path. But remember, no one can hurt us without our permission. We're in charge of our own happiness and well-being. So, when facing tough times or criticism, remember this powerful idea: no one can hurt us without our consent. It's about staying true to ourselves and our values, even in relationships. It means making sure our relationships reflect what's important to us, like honesty and respect. If something doesn't align with our values, we might need to make tough choices, like setting boundaries or ending a relationship, but staying true to our values helps us build strong, lasting connections based on trust and growth. Living by our values also helps us overcome challenges and conflicts in our relationships. It's about being consistent and genuine in how we act and treat others. When we live authentically, we inspire others to do the same, creating deeper understanding and growth together. When tough situations pop up in a relationship, our values can guide us to make good choices. Instead of giving in to pressure or acting without thinking, we can use our values to solve problems in a respectful way. Living by our values not only makes us happier, but also makes our bond with our partner stronger. By building on honesty and respect, we create a relationship that lasts. Being virtuous in a romantic relationship means more than just being honest and loyal. It's about being the best version of ourselves in everything we do together. It means being real about who we are, both good and not so good. This creates trust and lets both people grow. Loyalty isn't just about staying faithful, it's about being there for each other no matter what. It's about lending a hand when things get tough and being a shoulder to lean on. Compassion is another part of being virtuous. It's about understanding our partner's feelings and experiences and being there for them. In a relationship based on respect and virtue, there's trust and support. We value our partner as an individual and help them grow. We listen to their thoughts, work together on decisions, and show appreciation for what they do. Respect is the foundation of a strong relationship where love and understanding thrive. Letting others invest in us means recognizing our own worth and uniqueness. It's not about seeking attention, but showing that we're valuable and enriching. When someone puts effort and care into our lives, it builds a deeper connection. We become more than just a passing fancy. We become someone truly appreciated. Allowing others to invest in us gives them a chance to make us a meaningful part of their lives. It's like a gem that becomes more valuable when polished. Just like Alexander the Great valued Aristotle's teachings, letting others invest in us can lead to a strong and lasting bond. In summary, these 11 principles help us build strong and meaningful relationships. Unconditional love helps us let go and find peace within ourselves. Living by our values strengthens our bond and encourages growth. And letting others invest in us creates a deeper connection that lasts. Letting others get close to us, understanding how special and valuable we are, builds trust and respect, making the journey together even richer. In a romantic relationship, being virtuous means more than just being honest and loyal. It's about growing together and being there for each other, making our bond strong and lasting. By following a Stoic way, we find balance, deal with problems calmly, and connect deeply with ourselves. This makes our relationships real, fulfilling, and full of meaning. These ideas don't just affect how we deal with others. They also give us the power to make ourselves happy and fulfilled. By using them every day, we can change not only our relationships, but also ourselves, making our lives richer and more satisfying. Remember, real growth comes from looking at ourselves and working on these ideas every day. This leads us to a more genuine and meaningful life. As we end this journey together, I want to thank you for being here and listening. I hope what we talked about has given you new ideas and made you think differently about relationships. Relationships are always changing and teaching us new things. If you've stayed until now, I'd love to hear from you. Share in the comments if you're ready to use these ideas in your life. This will help us connect even more and show our commitment to growing together. I hope you take these important ideas with you and use them to make your relationships real and meaningful. Live every moment with purpose and joy. Thank you again for being here, and stay stoic.